So my name is Ignacio Hayo, and I'm the director of the Lilly PRA Summer Challenge at William Tennant. This program started last year in collaboration with Joe Kim from Eli Lilly. And the idea was to develop an incubator where William Tennant students could develop solutions and create new innovative ideas that could address some challenges that Joe Kim and his department at Eli Lilly were currently working on. This year the program grew and it expanded to include not only more William Tennant students, but also 6 Wissahickon students.
We feel really honored that Tennant would invite us to be a part of it this year. Obviously there is a personal connection for me, seeing as how my husband is the one who initiated the program. I'm completely appreciative that our administration worked together and got this off the ground for us.
Ms. Heck came to me and asked if I'd be interested in participating in this internship. I don't know what to expect, and to me that's the best place to be.
I think it's an amazing opportunity, and I'm extremely grateful that we get to be involved this year.
Myself and the other teachers involved in implementing the challenge have 1 year under our belt.
Last year was we were just learning as we were going. This year we're still learning as we're going, but we've been able to expand it. So from 6 kids, we're up to 18 kids. We have this social media department.
So the fact that we have a digital team that is here to document what we do on a daily basis, write about it, make videos about it, I think it's going to make a huge difference because we really believe in what we're doing.
This year's challenge is about creating a manipulative or a prototype and an accompanying story that explains what an Eli Lilly molecule is and how that molecule affects a certain type of disease.
Students are going to make science kits. Interesting concept, human-centered kits that are going to also depict molecules and how the drugs interact with those molecules. We have 2 partners this year. We have Eli Lilly and PRA Health Sciences. We're very excited to add a new partnership this year.
So the program we have here is giving real-world experience to our students. It's taking the problems that we see in the pharmaceutical industry, predominantly the clinical trials, and bringing it as a giant problem to solve for these very eclectic group of students.
We recruited students by first soliciting faculty nominations. So then we got about 65 kids through those faculty nominations.
Once we received the nominations, students attended an informational session during which they found out what the summer challenge entailed. Then they were asked to complete a written application, and we had different people read the applications that were submitted. Out of those applicants, only some were chosen for an interview.
We interviewed 23 students for the project, had them commit to a separate challenge, so we wanted to see how the guys work together. The biggest thing we've had this year is more time. We had plenty of time to plan going in. We knew what the project was going to be. The partnership was already in place, so it gave us time to focus to make sure we had the right students.
It's not something that we're looking for the students that are just really good at school. We're looking for students that think out of the box. We're looking for students who are creative, who are innovative, and who are motivated.
We really tried to pick kids that come from different disciplines. So a lot of the teams have like a very business-minded person, a very design art person, and a very sciencey person. But believe it or not, each one of those members actually pulls or has interest in the other 2 disciplines that their strength is not found in.
We had the opportunity to meet with students before the summer started so that they would get a leg up on whatever disease they were researching, and so they would learn a little bit about clinical trials as well as their disorder. I have been extremely impressed with their level of preparation. Whenever I've met with them, they always come with questions. There's a tremendous level of energy. I think everybody really wants to be here and understands the meaning of what it is that they're doing.
It amazes me that you have these students that are clearly phenomenally academically, and this was so far out of their comfort zone, but the way they're able to explain their thoughts and share their thoughts and the details that they included into their artwork was absolutely incredible.
I've had sleepless nights thinking about how absolutely positively exciting they are. They're asking questions, they're working without having to be asked. Everyone involved is so interesting and so motivated, and it's humbling to be around them.
I'm Scott Rakestraw. I've been a biotechnology and life sciences entrepreneur for almost 30 years now. What I do for a living is create new biotechnology companies, biopharmaceutical companies. One of the things that differentiates Centennial and particularly William Tennant High School students from really most that I've seen is that there are smart people everywhere, I get that, but I have yet to have an interaction with Tennant or Centennial in which the students were not motivated, self-motivated, and exquisitely prepared. I think Centennial has figured it out a lot more than I've seen in a lot of other high schools around the world.
So by the end of the summer, what I would like to see is a group of students that have not been afraid to take risks.
I want these students to understand that school isn't just inside of a classroom.
Being able to think about and solve a problem that doesn't have an answer. I think so many times in schools we always have that definitive, there's a yes or no answer. You take a test, there's a right multiple choice answer, and this doesn't have that.
You know, you always say, what am I going to use that for? And my interpretation of this challenge this summer is, this is what we're using it for.
There's so many variables in that room. There's so much talent, there's so much intellect, and there's so much drive.
I think I would really like to see achieved at least one group's prototype move on from just the summer challenge.
If we can have a commercial application in one of these kits and actually make some money and put an endowment together that would allow us to expand this quicker and allow us to focus on the educational components, not necessarily the partnership expansion aspect.
Either someone sees it in Stanford or someone sees it in Boston, or through our social media and amazing digital access team reporting on what's going on here, that it gets seen, and once it's seen, someone says, you know what, we should make this en masse for the public so they can understand clinical trials and therapeutic drugs in a better way.
So hopefully as we can scale this, make it a little bit bigger and bolder, we'll figure a way to connect it to our regular classrooms and to have this more of a everyday part of our educational program than the summer component.
These are real world problems. In fact, I know every single one of these Lilly drugs that these groups are working on, and these are active development drugs, important active development drugs. That's astounding. I think they got this right, and I would like to see this used as an example for other companies to make investments which would be consistent with what we've seen here.
I think they're going to realize how special it was to have people here spending time to mentor them through the entire process. And I hope that they develop skills that they use not only this summer, but that they can find really helpful as they go to college or beyond.